Wow, this week hit hard, huh? It's strange. I didn't even realize how much Liam Payne being gone would affect me.
31. That's just too young. And yeah, I think even if you weren't a hardcore One Direction fan, their reach was so huge, it's hard not to feel it when something like this happens.
It really makes you think about impact, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like beyond the music, what someone leaves behind.
Definitely. And you've got this article here all about the reactions and tributes. Where should we even start with this?
Well, I guess the first thing that comes to mind is, how did this even happen?
Right, so the article lays it out pretty plainly. Wednesday, Payne was in Buenos Aires, fell from a hotel balcony. Now, they're still investigating exactly how that happened, but the cause of death, officially, it's internal and external hemorrhages.
Oh gosh, I mean, I can't even imagine.
It's awful. And of course, everyone's looking for some kind of solace in these situations, turning to those closest to him.
Which is why the band's statement, even though it's short, it hits you right in the gut, doesn't it?
It does. Even in a formal statement, you can just feel that weight of their loss.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, please.
Okay. It says, "We're completely devastated by the news of Liam's passing. We'll share more in time, but right now we're taking some time to grieve and process the loss of our brother, who we love dearly. The memories we shared with him will be treasured forever. For now, our thoughts are with his family, his friends, and the fans who loved him alongside us. We will miss him terribly. We love you, Liam."
Man, that bit about taking time, I think that's something we can all relate to, right? Sometimes there are no words, you just need that space.
Absolutely. Grief isn't something you can just rush through.
It's not. And what I find really interesting is that on top of the band statement, each guy posted individually too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And each one, it's like a different facet of Payne's personality comes through. Shows just how deeply he touched each of them, not just as a group, but one-on-one.
So it's less about a unified front
Hmm.
and more like they each had to say their piece.
Exactly. Tomlinson, his is short, to the point, calls Payne his brother, talks about the collaborations they'll never get to do now. You can feel that loss of what could have been.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. That potential, just gone.
It is. Then there's Malik's post, which is way more, I don't know, contemplative. He's got this regret about conversations left unfinished, which I think we've all felt that at some point, right?
Yeah. When someone's gone, you start replaying every interaction in your head, wishing you'd said more.
Exactly. But the part that got me was him saying how Payne was always honest, even when they disagreed.
See, that to me speaks volumes about their relationship,
Mhm.
because in any creative field, especially music, there's going to be clashes. But to disagree and still respect each other, that's huge.
Totally. Shows the strength of their bond, even with the inevitable creative differences. And then Styles, his tribute is almost the opposite direction.
Oh, yeah, it's all about Payne's generosity, that huge personality. Lived wide open, I think was the phrase he used.
Yep. It's not about what Styles lost, but what Payne gave to everyone around him.
It's interesting, isn't it, how differently grief manifests. But even with the different tones, there's that common thread you mentioned. That energy, that love for life that Payne apparently had just pours out of each one of these posts.
It does, and it makes you realize this isn't some abstract celebrity news cycle we're talking about. It's making us confront those big questions we all face. How do we deal with grief? What do we want our own impact to be?
Exactly. The band's taking time to heal, which is something everyone deserves, famous or not. And that thing about being remembered for how we made others feel, that's huge.
It is. And what strikes me is One Direction, they haven't been active together for years now, right? Yet here we are, seeing Payne's positive impact still resonating.
Right. So it makes you think, even when a chapter closes, even after a band breaks up, a friendship fades, whatever it is, the way we treated people during that time, it echoes on long after.
It really does make you think. If your closest friends had to describe you right now, what would they focus on? What's the legacy you're building day by day, even when you don't realize anyone's paying attention?
That's a powerful thought to leave us with, don't you think?
I think so.